Okay, super quick tute on making a vocal build-up. Let's just try and find a vocal sample to use. Something.
Close your eyes, I'll make I like the way you do your thing. I wanna need.
Ow. Ow. Okay, well, it's kind of irrelevant which one you use. I've just loaded that into an audio track so we can see it. What I'm actually going to do then is drag it down into the bottom of an empty MIDI track here, so it'll load a simpler instance. And then what I'm going to do is very quickly, I'm just going to map start, loop, length and fade to 4 controls. Doesn't matter what they are. I've just mapped them to 4 rotaries on the MPD32 I've got here, and because I've also got it plugged in, I can now also trigger it. I can also trigger it from the MPD. I'll just put it on full level there. Okay, and now what you'll notice when I adjust the start and the length, I have to actually activate the loop feature. You'll see that I'll be able to, using those 4 parameters, create a start position, and then obviously a length of that, the entire sample, but then also the super highlighted bit here in yellow is the looped section. So get this kind of thing going on. Yeah, so you'll notice that it's a little bit, it's quite steppy when you do it, like with control devices, or it can be. Depends on how far you zoom in. I've just added a little bit of fade there to smooth the edges out. If I take the fade off, you'll hear it's a bit more steppy. And it's just the loop, the actual loop parameter there that I'm adjusting. Once I've got the start and end positions, so the start and the length positions right. You'll notice it gets a bit clicky if you don't have a bit of fade on. So a little bit of fade just softens the edges. That gives you a softer and a kind of smoother transition through the various different sort of speeds of that repetition, unlike doing something with a beat repeat, which you could also do. It could be like this, but that would be with an audio track. So playing this audio track here. So I've set this up with turn the repeat on here, put it on insert, which means I'm only getting, when I turn this device on, I'm not getting any dry signal coming through, I'm only getting what's being looped in here. Mix mixes the dry and wet signal, but insert just inserts this into the signal path when it's on, and that means whenever I turn this on, it's going to catch whatever loop size is dictated here. Let me just quickly map the grid there and the volume to two other controls, because they're the two that really need to get a handle on when you're doing this. The volume you'll see, because as you go for smaller divisions or smaller repeats here, it tends to get louder, so you'll need to adjust the volume a little bit while you're doing that. I'll demonstrate it now anyway. And I use this a lot when I'm DJing, and I normally actually map the I'll map the on-off button here to a pad or a button or something somewhere on the MIDI controller, so I can literally turn it on and off while the loop's playing. There's the volume. And you'll get varying results with both of those techniques. Yeah, and of course you can record all of those changes as automations inside your clip envelopes here. So of course you can automate that, and you can get the start position. For example, just a quick example here with the beat repeat. If you have the device on envelope, that will enable you to choose exactly which point you want that to come on and how long you're going to hold it for. Obviously depending on the settings that you've got here. Put this on a shorter one, you should be able to hear that then. Okay. And then I do the grid as well. Okay, just to give you a rough idea there. Crack on.